All right, I'm here with our second cast member of the day. This is Steve Krewson. Steve Krewson's been with the Star Players for a long time. Say hi, Steve.
Hi,
And Steve, tell everybody who you play in the show.
I play Jacob,
And who is Jacob?
the father.
Okay, so Jacob is the father of.
All of the sons that are in the show.
How many sons do you have?
12.
12 sons, and one of which is
Joseph.
Joseph. So here's some of the things we were talking about earlier. I don't know if you saw the interview that I was talking to Sarah earlier, and we were talking about some of the things that Andrew Lloyd Webber took some serious liberties with the biblical story,
I'm sure he did.
and he did. And so one of the things we learned was Jacob was in fact 99 years old when Joseph was born.
Truly amazing.
99. So God bless you for being able to pop out a kid at 99. Here's what's even better than that. When Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers,
Right.
Joseph was 17 years old. Joseph was 17 years old.
Wow.
His brother Benjamin was 1 year old. Was one. So obviously clearly Benjamin, the 1 year old, could not have been involved in the selling his brother into slavery if he was only a year old.
That's for sure.
Right, which means that now you're in your hundreds, and you've had another son. You have a 1 year old son, and you're in your hundreds.
Yeah, amazing man.
Right. Now we fast forward. We fast forward to Joseph goes to Egypt, works as a slave, he gets thrown in jail, 7 years of famine, 7 years of great life. So we're talking at least 20 years later. Okay? Now the story says, and looking it up, says that the brothers did go to Egypt, and by this time Benjamin had 10 children. Okay? So, and the story also says that Jacob did make it to take the trip to see his son in Egypt. So now, how old are we talking Jacob is at this point? Like 150 years old.
At least.
At least. And I'm
Could have
thinking,
been older than that.
and I don't know, what do you think? Is that the reason why when the brother said, hey, come on out to Egypt and see Joseph, he's alive, is that the reason why he never caught on the fact that they played that whole ruse where he was killed by a goat, and he just accepted, oh, he's in Egypt, he's been in Egypt for 30 years and the goat didn't kill him? Is it because he was older and senile and didn't realize that the brothers had actually played this joke on him?
It's possible.
It's a lot of information to take in, isn't it?
It's possible, but it's all. He had to have his mind at that point pretty well intact to even make it to Egypt.
It's very true. It's very true. And we don't even know how long at that point, because he couldn't just like hop on a plane or a bus
No.
or.
How many months it took him to get there?
Took him a little while to get out there.
Months.
Yes, absolutely. So, tell people how long have you been with the Star Players?
Since 2013, when the group was started.
Wow. So,
I helped found that group with you and Kelly Slavin.
Yes. He says me because this is I am Bill behind the camera, in case you didn't figure that out. Tell people why they should come see this show.
I personally, for me, this is my favorite Andrew Lloyd Webber show. It's a lot of fun, and we have, in addition to some cast people that have been with us for quite a while, we have some cast people with whom I've not worked until this show. And I just find it to be a very enjoyable group. And the cast is having a great time. And you can tell when you watch the show that they're having a great time. And my thought is always, if the cast is having a great time, the audience is going to have a great time too. So I really believe that anybody that comes to see this show will thoroughly enjoy it because I'm having a good time. I haven't had this much fun with a cast in a long time. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Wow, that's very, that's very, very good to hear. Now, you've done this show before,
Yes,
and you've played this part before.
yes.
So
15 years ago.
15 years ago. Wow. Okay, so how does this time around? How is this different from the first time you did it?
Well, first of all, except for yourself and maybe I think one other person, it's an entirely different cast. So every time, even if you do the same show twice, you're doing it with a different cast. So it's a very different experience. I've done a couple other shows twice too, and no two productions of the show are ever the same. They're different. And then what makes the added difference is the cast is different as well. So everybody has their own interpretations of their own parts. The director has his interpretation of the show. The choreographer has her interpretation of what the dance is for the show. So when you put all of those things together, you wind up with a very different production, even if you've been in the same show previously. So I'm actually having probably more fun with this production than I did with the previous one that I was in.
Well, that's very cool. That's very good to hear. All right. Well, you heard from Steve Krewson. He plays Jacob and Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, the father of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel, and you can see him in the show. So come on out. Say goodbye to everybody, Steve.
So long. Hope to see you at Venice Island this coming weekend.
All right. Thanks for coming in, Steve. Bye.
Bye-bye.